Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So every year about this time I like to upload my Minimalist GoPro travel kit. Basically all the gear I would take with me if I need to travel extremely light. This is my 5th edition and there are a few changes this year compared to some of the past years. Now I usually also get a few comments that this is not minimalism, but I guess everybody's interpretation of minimalism is different. Compared to the monstrosity of a backpack I would normally bring with me, this is definitely bare bones. Now to start out, I usually use the GoPro Casey. They actually have a newer updated model. Basically it's identical, the coloring is a little bit different, but I really like using the Casey because it's just the perfect size for travel. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's not a hard case, but it does give you a little bit of crush protection. Again, it's not waterproof, but it does offer a little bit of weather resistance. And overall, just for the size of it, you can actually fit quite a bit of gear into it. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at what I all have inside. Our first trip is coming up at the end of the month. We're just taking a break from winter, going to Cuba for, I think, 10 days. So this is everything that I will be bringing with me. So let's start out with the cameras first. Of course, I will be bringing the new Hero 11 Black. And as you can see, I have it mounted in the media mod. Now, most of the time while I'm filming down there, I won't have it in the media mod, but I do like to bring it along with me just in case there is something that I want to film where I have really good audio and I want to connect an external microphone. Now, most of the time I'll just be using the audio that the GoPro captures because for the most part it does a pretty decent job, but I do like to have the flexibility of having the media mod with me. So the next camera here I will be bringing with me is the GoPro Max. Of course, like many people, I was a little disappointed that we didn't get a new Max this year. I think this is definitely due for a refresh, but I am pretty confident we will be seeing a new one this year. And by the way, GoPro, if you are watching this, please consider putting me on your review list. Now, I really like bringing the GoPro Max with me just because you can get some really unique footage. Stuff you just can't capture with a traditional camera. On top of that, you can capture just traditional 16:9 video with its hero mode. So if I'm out for the day doing some sightseeing, I can bring just the Max with me and get some 360 footage, but I can also just get traditional footage. Now, most of the time I will be filming with the GoPro Hero 11 Black, but it is a nice camera to have along with me. Now, moving along here, I do have a couple different grips and handles that I do bring along with me. This one here is the Handler, and it is their floating hand grip. And it is capable of keeping both the Hero 11 Black and the GoPro Max afloat if you happen to drop it in water. On top of that, it just makes for a nice comfortable handle, so if you're just out doing some sightseeing, you just want to capture some footage, it just makes for an all-around nice handle. Has the built-in wrist strap, which can be important in some activities. You can put it around your wrist just for that little bit of extra security. So to me, it's an important accessory and it's always a must-have when I'm traveling. The next handle I have here is an extension pole. This one here is by Insta360. And the reason I bring this one is just because it is quite small. Insta360 sells these extension poles in a couple different lengths. This is their smallest one, but it still has a pretty good reach to it. So if I do need an extension pole for using with the 360 camera or even my Hero 11 Black, say I want to get some nice selfie shots, I am able to do so, and more importantly, this will still fit in my pocket. That's why I really like this nice small one. If you have a small tripod, you can connect it to the bottom, or you can connect a wrist strap to the bottom of it as well. If you do decide to pick something like this up, you will need to get a 1/4-20 GoPro mount. They're fairly inexpensive, and chances are you already have one kicking around. Now, the other handle that I have here is the new GoPro Volta. I really like this thing, and I've actually used it quite a bit. It's actually getting a little beat up now. This makes just for a really nice, comfortable handle. Of course, with it, you can control your GoPro, stop and start recording, change modes, but most importantly, you can plug your GoPro into it, and that will pretty well give you all-day battery life. On top of that, if you're a person who likes to capture night lapses, there is just enough power in here to pretty well get you through the night if you want to film an overnight night lapse. So it's very versatile in that aspect. In addition, it does have a built-in tripod, again making it nice for capturing time lapses or, as mentioned, night lapses. And it's got a few different mounting options. We got a 1/4-20 at the bottom there, and we have another GoPro mount built into the side. Handle like this is great if you're sightseeing and you're just capturing footage. You know, with a handle like this, you're going to have enough power to get you through your whole day. Now, the next item here is a waterproof casing for the GoPro Hero 11 Black. Now, the Hero 11 Black is completely waterproof all by itself. And for the type of stuff I do, I really don't need to bring a waterproof casing with me. I'm not going below 11 meters usually. I'm not really a scuba diver, but I do like to bring it with me just in case we're doing some activities where, you know, the GoPro could potentially get damaged. On top of that, especially if we're heading south to an island and we're going to be on the beach a lot, in and around sand and water, It's just a little bit of extra peace of mind having your GoPro in a casing like this. But one of the main reasons why I do bring it here is so I can attach a snorkel filter. This filter is by Polar Pro, and it must be used in conjunction with the waterproof housing. It just clips over top, just like that there, and then you just tighten it in. A snorkel filter isn't really one of those must-have things, but it can make your footage underwater look a little bit better. Water tends to filter out a lot of the reds, can make it look really muted. So by adding the snorkel filter, it just kind of helps make the reds a little bit more vibrant. Now the next item here is the light that GoPro sells. It's just a small portable light. It's not super bright, but it just gives you a little extra light if you're going to be doing some vlogging or you just want to lighten up a scene a little bit. It does have a removable diffuser and 3 power levels. It is rechargeable by USB-C. There are definitely brighter lights on the market, but what I like about this one is that it's nice, compact, and minimal. Of course, you will need a way to mount it. You need something with a cold shoe, so it does work well with the media mod. It's not something that I use all the time, but just due to it being so small and lightweight, it's not really a hassle to bring along. Of course, we got a charging cable here. That will always be with me. The next item here is the dual charger that GoPro sells. Again, this is not a necessity because you can charge your GoPro batteries right within the camera, but sometimes that can be a little inconvenient. So I do like to bring a charger with me, and the GoPro one is actually pretty small and minimal, so it doesn't take up a lot of space in the kit. Next item here is a charger. Of course, we need a charger to keep everything powered up. This one here is the Anker Nano 2. It's a 45-watt charger. It has one USB-C port in it, but what I really like about it is that the plug folds in. That makes it a little bit more compact and easy to travel with. Of course, I can use this to charge up my phone, my Apple Watch, the Hero 11 Black, the GoPro Max. I can even recharge the handle or recharge the GoPro Lite. So definitely always in my travel kit. Now, of course, a couple other little pieces here. It's a good idea if you're going to be traveling, always bring a couple extra thumb screws. These are pretty durable, but you know, things happen. And of course, they are easily lost. So you don't want to be stuck somewhere and have your GoPro, but no way to mount it anywhere. So it's always something I always make sure I have a few extra of in my travel kit. Now, the next item here is a mount for the GoPro. This is kind of a multi-purpose mount. I'll bring it with me just because, again, it is nice, small, and compact, but you can actually do quite a bit with it. First of all, it's just a clip. It doesn't open up terribly wide, but it's enough to get around a branch, a sign, a thin fence. So if you just want to get some interesting shots, it's easy to mount. On top of that, there is a magnet on the back, so you can magnetically connect it to some surfaces. And the other nice thing about it is that the buckle mount on it does swivel, so it does help you get the angle that you're looking for. You just have to make sure that you bring a buckle mount with it. That way you can mount your GoPro. So that's basically everything in the main cavity. So up top here, I have a few more things. First of all, a cleaning cloth. You always want to make sure you have one of them with you. The next item here is a microphone. And because I don't usually plan on doing a lot of recording for YouTube when I'm on vacation and that, I tend just to bring a small lavalier with me. That way, if I do want to capture some audio, I have the option. I can plug this into the media mod. This is the Rode lavalier version 2, and it has really good sound, and it's pretty small. It doesn't take up a lot of space in the kit. The next item here is a small power bank. This is by Anker. This is a 5,000 milliamp power bank, and I always like to have a power bank with me when we're doing a day trip, just because you never know when you need to top something off, either your smartphone or perhaps one of your cameras. You can recharge any device by USB-C, but what I really like about this particular power bank, it's also MagSafe compatible. So if I need to recharge my phone, I can just connect it like that and top it back off. Again, it's not a super high capacity power bank, but it's nice and small, and just enough usually to get you through a day. Now just a few more things left in there. Of course, we always bring spare batteries. Usually I'll have at least one with me, if not two. With this power handle, I don't think I really need more than one spare one, but definitely something important to bring along. We have the side door here for the GoPro. Of course, if it's in the media mod, you don't need to have it installed, but if you're just going to be using it as is, then you'll have to put that back on. And then of course, some extra memory. Nothing worse than running out of memory when you're on vacation and you have nowhere to upload. You always want to make sure you have some spare memory with you. So that's basically it. That's my minimal kit if I need to travel light. Of course, this kit will change depending where we're going and what we're doing, but generally this is what I'll be taking with me when I need to travel extremely light. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.